So what exactly is Christian nationalism?
I think it was right before that. So it just seemed like, this is a really good time to talk about what this Christian nationalism thing is. It's been in the news a lot, I think, in particular. I think sort of the same sorts of sets of people who have been very, anti critical race theory in the church this has been sort of the new boogeyman of, oh my gosh, we can't talk about Christian nationalism.
Hey guys, it's Ruben. Welcome back to Placebo Effect. So I was on a roundtable discussion with a good group of people hosted by John DePew on his channel, Apocalypse Here, and it was an interesting conversation about Christian nationalism.
So I actually was kind of interesting because I just did an episode very recently talking about, like, one thing I'm just really sick and tired of is Christians that are trying to align patriotism or your political ideology with Christianity, and like if you keep your eyes centered on Christ, then none of that stuff really plays a part in any of that. So
sure. And I've actually been on a theme recently because it's been on my heart to encourage us to separate our ideology with respect to politics and our Christianity. And the particular discussion that I was just recently in had to deal with the subject of Christian nationalism. So basically it's the belief that the American nation is defined by its Christianity, and formal institutions like government and academia should continue to try to preserve that framework, if you will. And for me, in this latest climate with the political division and how it just continues to increase and increase, there are some Christian people that are trying to conflate political ideology into the narrative of our Christianity. And I think that this is a big mistake. I'm not a fan of it. And I just wanted to put this out there. So for example, right, people use the Declaration of Independence, for example, which talks about, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And so it's great language by our founders. However, again, it's not the Bible, right? And what does that say about other nations throughout the world that don't grant similar freedoms that we have here in this country, right? So God-given rights, what does that really mean in the context of our Christianity, right? There were plenty of people in the first century that were oppressed, and they weren't trying to liberate themselves with respect to government. They were simply trying to spread the gospel. And so in this context, it's the same, right? We should focus our Christianity on loving people and bringing the good news to people, and not focused on trying to inject Christianity into American politics or conflate the value system. Like, say, for example, 2A. Some people would say that our rights are inalienable, and so it's our God-given right to have a gun. And I'm fine with people that want to be pro-2A, pro-gun. Personally, I'm fine with that. I'm not an anti-gun person. I just simply want to use it as a for instance that people that might make the argument and try to conflate it with Christianity, that's wrong. I don't support that at all. If you want to have your belief system rooted in your American patriotism, and you are taking a position one way or the other with respect to our constitutional rights, with respect to Democratic or Republican politics, all that's fine. I would just suggest us not to conflate it with Christianity or try to claim some sort of moral high ground by saying a Christian should do this, this, and this. I just don't agree with it at all. And I also have the long format of that roundtable open stream discussion that I had when I was invited on Apocalypse Here's channel. And so I have that for you guys that might be interested in that. So here's the long form video if you want to check that out. And feel free to go to Apocalypse Here's channel and check out some of his other content as well. All right, that's all, guys. God bless y'all.